Tim Merlier was in a league of his own yesterday, powering to the first sprint victory of this Paris-Nice. And the Belgian will be looking to double up in today's second stage. It's more of a classic sprint with a long straight run to the finish line. Tactically a bit different, but the result could well be the same.
What is the biggest challenge on this kind of finish?
To be in position on the right time, yeah. That will be really difficult. You can be in position, but 200 meters later you can be out of position, and 200 meters later you can be again in position. So it's up to us to have the right timing.
Well, Mads Pedersen and Lidl Trek didn't get it right yesterday, but they'll give it another go today, even if it's not the Danes' favourite kind of finish.
It's a bit of a different sprint today. The last 5Ks is pretty straightforward, so it's all about timing. So hopefully we get it right today, and we have a fair and a good chance of sprinting.
Merlier's closest challenger yesterday was Arnaud Demar, who last won on Paris-Nice back in 2018. But the Stage 1 runner-up says that he and his team will have a tough job beating the Belgian. He's been the man to beat since the start of the season, and we know he's very strong. So we need to try to catch him out if possible. Can we catch him out? I mean, that's the question. I think he's beatable. We have to try, but we know he's very strong. There are over 180 kilometres to cover on Stage 2, heading from Montesson to Bellegarde. Now, historically, these stages heading south from Paris have been perfect for echelons, but there simply wasn't enough wind today. So, on paper, this would be a standard sprint stage. The final 6 kilometres are all in one long straight line before the fast men face off. For the second day running, there were 3 riders in the breakaway, and 2 of them were already in there yesterday. Alexandre Delettre from Total Energies and Samuel Fernandez of Kaya Rural. They were joined by Jonas Abrahamsson of UnoX Mobility, with Delettre out to tighten his grip on the polka dot jersey. There are 2 early climbs today, so I want to go up the road and get as many points as I can. As a puncher, it's easier to get points on the shorter climbs that suit me. I'm just playing to my strengths. Well, just like yesterday, 6 points for Delettre, and just like yesterday, very little freedom for the breakaway. The peloton keeping them close, with the sprint teams getting a hand from Visma Lease Bike up at the front. The advantage was down to 30 seconds as they embarked on the final 60 kilometres. And the GC teams will also have been thinking about the intermediate sprint with 20k to go, where there were more bonus seconds available. The riders clipping along at almost 42 kilometres an hour as they slowly reeled in the 3 escapees. A brief scare here for Guillaume Martin Guillonnet, as he's known these days, but he was able to get going again. Up at the front, meanwhile, Delettre decided to call it a day and he returned to the peloton. Fernandez soon followed suit, leaving Abrahamsson solo up at the front, the Norwegian moving around 30 seconds clear of the bunch. Martin Guillonnet soon caught up again with help from his teammate Enzo Pellegrini. But then, with 45 kilometres to go, a huge crash in the peloton. Lots of riders going down, the last thing that we want to see. Merlier and Demar were among those held up, but they were soon on their way again, unlike Demar's lead-out man Florian Sénéchal, who was forced to abandon. It took a while for everybody to make their way back to the peloton, which had slowed down, so the lone leader, Abrahamsson, now had a gap of 1 minute and 30 seconds. The pace really increasing as they approached the finish line for the first time at the intermediate sprint. 6 bonus seconds for Abrahamsson. And further back, it was Mick van Dijk who pounced to take 4 ahead of Matteo Jorgensen. The defending champion looking lively once again. Another crash here forced Luke Durbridge and Gorka Sorarayan to abandon, and some splits in the bunch. Big names like Joao Almeida, Matthias Skjelmoser and Ben O'Connor forced to chase back on, but chase back on they did. The main peloton reforming with all the sprinters in there too. Now it was all about reeling in Abrahamsson, who still had more than 30 seconds in hand. But despite all of his firepower, the Norwegian was unable to hold off a charging peloton on this never-ending final straight. He was caught with 2.5k to go, and then it was over to the sprinters. Into the final kilometre with everybody jostling for position, and a man in a yellow jersey, but not the yellow jersey, was the first to make his move.
This is Axel Zengler, who's trying to go for glory. Inside 300 metres to go. Zengler in the yellow jersey is trying to go for the stage victory. Right on the wheel here is Arnold Demar in the green. Now goes the yellow jersey, and it's Tim Merlier who's trying to go for back-to-back stage victories. Nobody can challenge, nobody can challenge. Tim Merlier makes it back-to-back wins, and he wins in Belgrade.
Another demonstration today from Tim Merlier to take his 56th career victory. He now has at least 2 wins at each of his stage races this year, the Alula Tour, the UAE Tour and Paris-Nice. And he's the first man to go back-to-back at the Race to the Sun since Tadej Pogačar in 2023.
Tim, to win a stage on Paris-Nice is always special. To win it with that jersey on your shoulders, it makes it even more special?
This is the one I'm gonna remember, yeah, for sure.
Why? Because it was tough?
No, because I think it's the first time in my life, in my cycle career, I win in the leader jersey.
Merlier taking it ahead of surprise package Emilien Janier, who nabbed his first World Tour podium in second for Total Energies, and a better day for Pedersen in third. Merlier increases his lead to 14 seconds over Demar, who got boxed in during the sprint. The Frenchman one of 5 riders on the same time, along with Jorgensen. Merlier has also tightened his grip on the points classification. The European champ, now 16 clear of Demar, who'll continue to wear green tomorrow. No change in polka dots either. De Lettre is on top with 12 points, followed by Fernandez and Abrahamsen. On the other hand, we do have a new best young rider, Mick van Dijk taking the white jersey from Magnus Sheffield. The GC battle kicks off in earnest tomorrow with the hotly anticipated team time trial. Do join us again for that on Tuesday, and thanks for watching.